Hi, I'm Bob Ryan. This is Globe 10.0, and with me today is Chad Finn. The Bruins are in L.A. playing a game tonight, but they will be without Marc Savard, who sustained a blow to his head the other day and was left in Denver as the team proceeded onward and is being examined today. And our question is very simply this: how much concern do we have that about another blow to the head about Marc Savard?
A lot of concern. How can you not? It's one of the big storylines in sports right now, the recurring storyline with concussions. And you saw what happened to him last year. He hasn't been the same player this year, and you have to worry about this every time he gets hit.
What about the interesting irony that just as it was with Bergeron, who was hit the second time by a guy who would become his teammate, Dennis Seidenberg was then with Carolina when he took Bergeron out, and that's kind of set him back on his path back, that Savard was hit by Matt Hunwick, who, by the way, was sent away to clear cap space for Marc Savard. You can't make this stuff up. There's nothing to laugh about here, I'm sorry. Marc Savard, this head injuries thing is very, very, very telling, very serious. He's not really been the same player at all. And once again, by the way, we have to point out that the best player in the league is also out with a head injury and probably won't even play in the All-Star game, speaking, of course, of Sid the Kid, Sidney Crosby. But this head thing, here's the issue. There's no allegation that it was a vicious or illegal hit, is there, on this one?
That's the first time Hunwick's ever hit anybody, as far as I know.
No. I mean, this is a matter of maybe Savard choosing not to wear a visor. Yeah. And he doesn't do because it condenses he has a problem with the water condensation and can't see, and some guys feel that way. But there's no, at least that's not out there. It just reminds us, the problem is that he is a second victim here. It's the second time, right. And we know that you're susceptible to, more susceptible as time goes on. And also, Savard reports to us, Chad, that he was really clinically depressed, reported as far back as December. So there is, I think this is serious, great concern. I'm personally very concerned about Marc Savard in this case. Yeah, I agree. I mean, he came back way too soon in the playoffs last year. Clearly wasn't the same guy. Missed the first 23 games this year. Still hasn't been himself. It's something you definitely have to be worried about. All right, but at least we don't have to have the hue and cry over that it was a vicious. This was no Matt Cook. That was the first one. Was clearly way out of line and evil kind of. But this one, it's part of the game. But the problem is that once you have one, we now documented, we know that you're more susceptible to another one. So we can only wish Marc Savard the best. Forget about the Bruins' fortunes. Just let's talk about Marc Savard's health.